The year is 2020. It's 102 years since the guns fell silent. Yet here we are, as the faces have disappeared, but the legend remains. We have names of so many that have fallen, that have given the ultimate sacrifice, or those that came back and kept their pain inside. There are so many that do not know how to commemorate, how to remember, how to lest we forget. Here are some names before we go into a short video that shows the passion of Loren as she shows her art through her tattooing ability and skill that is dripping with emotion and respect, mixed with a conversation, a candid conversation through my words with Loren as she drew this amazing tattoo. Here are some names to sit in your mind, to give you something to grip onto, something to harness emotionally. Here is a name, Lieutenant Malcolm Chisholm, a gentleman from Australia who died serving in the United Kingdom against the Germans in World War I. He was the first to fall. All of his badges, all of his equipment was sent home by the Germans to his family through the Red Cross. This is a mark that the war was not about hatred. It was father against father, brother against brother, son against son. Another name, Albert Cotter, who wore the baggy green for Australia. His nickname was Tibby, and he fell from a sniper in the attack on Beersheba. And then there's Trooper Uncle Frank, last name Andrews. He was from Wollongong. He died at 20 years old while he was serving with the New South Wales Imperial Bushmen, and he was killed by a sniper in the Boer War. So many have fallen, so many could have been, and the brave always fall first. Let's remember to remember. So if the glass smashes again, that we do know that we will be remembered if we are the ones to fall, as a nation that volunteers but does not conscript. Remembrance Day is upon us. Remember to remember. And Loren, thank you for everything you do. They shall grow not old, as we that are left grow old. Age shall not weary them, nor the years condemn. And at the going down of the sun, and in the morning, we will remember them, lest we forget.
If the race can stop a nation,
Yeah,
then 108,000 dead should be able to stop a nation.
yeah,
I'd expect that people stop what they do, and what they should also do is there's an obligation, whether they like it or not, to also educate their children the importance of it, and it should be an action. It shouldn't be a demand to get up on Anzac Day, but it should be an obligation. It's the people that you see that get up and do it that really make veterans' hearts warm. When you see people, they don't have to be dressed well, they just have to be up
yep,
and showing their children that, you know, there has been harder times and harder times will come again.
yep,
And if we don't remember the fallen now, then people will also feel like, why would I enlist if I won't be remembered?
yeah, exactly. We promised we'd never forget.
We promise we'll never forget.
Yeah,
And I think there is efforts at large that want to water it down. I think it steals from the limelight. It's you know, people attach it to labels like racism, patriarchy, the Commonwealth, expansionism, imperialism, all those sort of things. You're going, at the end of the day, from a man's perspective, if I hear a scream in the night, I go and investigate as a sheepdog
yep,
and go and try to alleviate the pain if I can.
yep,
You know, so it's no different when a country is called upon and is the scream of the night.
yep,
And Australia steps up and goes across the oceans to say, I can't turn my back on this. And if people stop answering the scream in the night, then one day when it's you,
yep,
don't expect someone to turn up.
yep, there's no one there to help.
So guys and gals of the global community, this is the conclusion of our video for Remembrance Day to remind you in the year of 2020, the tests and tribulations that you have gone through, that it can be so much worse, and it has been so many times in the past. Today we helped you to remember. Now it is your job, your obligation, to continue to mentor, to remind, and to remember. Because one day someone you love will be closer to the front than what you ever thought they would be. And it'll be by choice as they follow the footsteps of the Anzacs. Lest we forget. On a more touching and positive note, I'd like to leave with you my heartfelt love and affections for my daughter, the one that has brought me back from the brink, Aaliyah Mary Bernadette, named after a little girl that I adored in Central Africa, Rwanda, as part of the contingent of UNAMIR 2. To Bernadette and to Aaliyah, whose birthday it is today, despite the fact she's born tomorrow, if it wasn't for the fact that her navigation was as bad as her father's. My darling little girl, you turned 9 today, and I love you, and you've made the volunteering, the sacrifice, the dark minds, and the black dog. It's all worth it when I look you in the face and say happy birthday when you get off school today. I love you. Never give up hope on humanity. We're in this together.